comes to astrology, the North and the South Node is one of the most important factors to have a look at in your natal chart, in my opinion. The reason for this is because the North and the South Node gives you an indicator of what your soul's purpose is and what your soul is trying to achieve within this lifetime. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the North Node in Gemini and how a person who has the North Node in Gemini can live their life to the fullest. The major lesson that is associated with the North Node in Gemini is opening oneself up to listen to the thoughts and opinions of other people. Those who have their North Node in Gemini will have their South Node in Sagittarius. The South Node represents parts of your personality that you have already developed and that you were basically automatically born with. The South Node also represents our past life and the type of person we actually were in our past life. A person with their South Node in Sagittarius is a person who has a lot of inner pride when it comes to the things that they know and the things that they believe. It can be tricky for them to listen to other people and other people's opinions, as a person who has their South Node in Sagittarius usually thinks that what they believe is the ultimate truth. They think that what they believe is what's 100% right and factual. However, there is so much information that they have overlooked. There's so much information that they're not aware of. A person with their North Node in Gemini needs to learn to be more curious about things that they do not already know about. For a Gemini North Node, developing a sense of understanding that other people can also hold valid truths in their opinions and in the things they know is highly important. Learning to do research and using logic is highly important to a Gemini North Node, as a Gemini North Node can often assume that what they already know or what they have already learned is correct and factual, whereas it might not necessarily be. A person who has a Gemini North Node, when you try and present facts and logic to them, they can become highly irritated and angered because they do not really want to budge when it comes to what they believe in, when it comes to their personal truth. Because of their South Node in Sagittarius, they're highly invested in their personal truth and they do not really want to change that for anything. Gemini North Node natives can be highly forceful and highly pushy in enforcing other people to hear their ideas and to hear their opinions and their truths that they hold. A Gemini North Node can be highly intimidating. They can be highly overbearing, and it's important for Gemini North Nodes to listen to what other people have to say and to not assume that they already know the answer themselves. These natives can limit themselves highly throughout life because they will not open themselves up to new ideas and to new experiences. It can also be very easy for these individuals to believe conspiracies or information that's not necessarily true, because when they feel that something is true, they'll usually believe it without actually doing their research and their fact-checking first. Throughout their lifetime, they will have many situations where they are overly self-righteous, and due to this, they end up in highly unfortunate and unfavorable circumstances. Because they're unwilling to listen to others and because they're so unwilling to hear the opinions of others, the people in their life can get highly frustrated with them. These natives often don't really listen to other people when they're speaking to them. When a Gemini North Node person is listening to another person, the Gemini North Node person often only hears what they want to hear. So they often misunderstand other people and they really do not hear what they're actually saying. When a person with a Gemini North Node is proven to be wrong, they will get super angry. What happened with the Gemini North Node in their past life is they received most of their praise and their approval through what they knew. They were a highly intelligent, informed person who used the information that they have to teach other people and to inform other people. For this reason, they were highly regarded in the eyes of other people because they were the people who held all this knowledge. They were the people who knew so much. Now, in this lifetime, the soul of a Gemini North Node person still feels that they behold all this knowledge. They feel that they have all this sacred wisdom that other people are not aware of. But the problem is that the wisdom that they behold is highly outdated. The wisdom that they behold belongs to a whole nother time. The information and the facts that they know from another lifetime is not relevant in this lifetime anymore. So they hold so strongly to these beliefs. They hold so strongly onto this knowledge that they have accumulated in their past lifetime. And they try to enforce this knowledge onto other people. They try and make other people see that what they know is the truth, what they know is valid. The problem is that what they know is not necessarily what other people need to hear. What the Gemini North Node knows might serve them personally, but what they know might not serve other people. Even though they think that all this information and knowledge that they hold can really improve the life of so many people, it might not, because that information might not be useful to other people. These natives take themselves so seriously that the moment they're proven wrong, they have this major knock to their ego. No one responds as negatively to being proven wrong as what a Gemini North Node person does. Gemini North Node natives have a very strong sense of self-righteousness, where they believe that what they know is right, what they know is the truth, and if everybody else can just listen to them, everybody else will be highly informed. It's important for them to get other people to accept what they're telling them, for them to actually feel appreciated as well as understood. But the problem is that the information they're consistently sharing with other people does not get appreciated, does not get accepted. So it's almost like this bottomless pit where they're consistently trying to receive approval based on the knowledge that they possess, but nobody is really interested in hearing what they have to say. A Gemini North Node person feels that the more they're able to teach other people, the more they're able to educate other people and make other people see the truth, the more value they have in this life. The only problem that occurs is that the Gemini North Node person thinks that they're always right and what they know is the ultimate truth. So often when they present it to other people, they're not met with this acceptance that they wish they'd be met with. They can often be met with arguments and debates where other people tell them that they're wrong. When this happens, the Gemini North Node experiences a major blow to their ego. It's important for a Gemini North Node person to learn that they're not always going to be right. And just because they're wrong sometimes and because other people disagree with them, or there are facts that can disprove what they know, it doesn't mean that they hold no value. It's important for these natives to learn that their value is not necessarily based on how intelligent they are. One of the most tricky things for a Gemini North Node person to do is to listen to other people and to hear their viewpoints. These people are so highly adamant in getting other people to listen to their viewpoints and what they know and what they have to say, but they're so highly unwilling to do what they want other people to do for them, which is listening to others. So the Gemini North Node person wants everybody to listen to what they have to say, but they're highly unwilling to listen to what other people have to say. The thing is, in every lifetime, we have new things to learn. We have new experiences to experience. Gemini North Node natives really limit themselves in terms of this. They only want to experience what they want to experience. They only want to engage with what they want to engage with, and through this, their entire experience of life is highly limited. What a Gemini North Node needs to realize is that they will learn so much more facts, and they will hold so much more logic and wisdom if they actually listen to other people. These natives are actually highly limited when it comes to what they actually know, but they can believe that they know so much. These natives can often live in a very small box where they only expose themselves to certain things and where they actually do not have awareness of so many other facets of life. These natives need to learn that they do not hold the truth within them, and that the only way that they'll be able to really figure out the truth is to listen to other people. At the end of the day, there are so many opinions and beliefs and perceptions in this world as there are fish in the ocean. One cannot really say that one fish out of all the fish in the ocean's perceptions is the right perception. is the truthful perception. The more Gemini North Node individuals allow themselves to hear the truth of others and to explore the knowledge that other people have, the closer and closer they'll actually get to what the truth really, really is. These natives have a highly clouded perception about what the truth is based on their personal experiences and their thoughts. However, their personal experiences alone is not enough for them to really uncover what the truth really is. What will happen over time as a Gemini North Node gets older is the more they communicate with other people and they open themselves up to listen to other people and to receive the information that these people are telling them, the more they will realize that being so incredibly set in one truth or one piece of knowledge and information is actually highly limiting. And life is so much more worth it when they're actually able to experience all these different things, when they're able to consider all these different pieces of information. You can usually recognize a Gemini North Node person because this will be the know-it-all in the room. This will be the person who feels that they know everything and everything they know is the truth. The thing is, Gemini North Node natives are highly intuitive. They possess so much inner knowledge. But the problem is that the inner knowledge they possess is the knowledge that is right for them. It's not necessarily what's right for everyone else or for other people. So what they need to figure out throughout their lives is to take this inner knowledge that is right for them, but to also separate it from what might be right for other people and to figure out what truths other people also need to hear, what knowledge will be helpful to other people, because what might be helpful to the Gemini North Node might not be helpful to another person at all. The more Gemini North Node individuals communicate with other people and figure out what other people need to learn, what other people need to hear, the more knowledgeable and informed these natives become. The less they communicate with other people and figure out how other people think, the more limited they actually are in the knowledge that they hold. They might think that they know so much. They might think that they have all these perceptions and all this insight, but actually their insight and their perception is highly limited. Now the thing is, a Gemini North Node person really does have a lot of insights. But the problem is they don't really know how to communicate this insight to people in an appropriate way. So what could happen is they can try and communicate this insight to a person in a way that they think might be appropriate, but then the way the person is receiving it is not the way that they expected. The only way for them to figure out how to communicate this knowledge and insight they hold in a way that will be received by other people is to actually figure out how other people think and how they actually communicate. Once they know how other people tick, they will then be able to share their knowledge and it will be received much more openly than had they not known how to actually communicate this knowledge to this particular person. In order for them to accomplish this, they do have to take a step away from themselves and to put themselves in the mind and the shoes of another person. They have to envision how this person would like to hear a specific piece of information. And once they can figure out how this person wants to hear something, they can then proceed to tell this person whatever it is they want to tell them. But as long as they have this unawareness as to how other people want to hear things and how other people want to communicate, they're always going to be butting their heads and they're always going to be experiencing conflict in their communications with other people. Gemini North Node natives are incredibly adept at writing, teaching, talking, communicating, and sharing information and knowledge. And usually their career should involve this in a sense. Very often Gemini North Nodes can be philosophers or religious leaders. But one thing we do need to bear in mind with philosophers and religious leaders is often the information that they have and the things that they believe in is limited to, for example, what the religion tells them they should believe or what the philosophy tells them they should believe. So if a Gemini North Node person does become a philosopher or religious leader, it's important for them to understand that yes, what they know and what they are learning is highly valuable and important, but there's also so much more to it. Very often people who are highly religious do not want to look outside of the religion for any other information because they believe that the information within the religion or within the philosophy is 100% true, factual, and accurate. However, there's actually so much other information that's just as valid out there that might not have anything to do with that religion or that philosophy. Exploring a career where they'll become a religious figure or a philosopher of some sort can be highly beneficial to them, but it can also be highly limiting to them because they will not necessarily allow themselves to look outside of that which they know. The archetype of the Gemini North Node and Sagittarius South Node is that of a person who, in their past life, they went on some type of religious or philosophical journey completely on their own, where they isolated themselves and meditated on their inner truth. Because of this, the automatic response the soul has in this lifetime is that other people do not necessarily need to be included in this pursuit of truth, and one can find truth and inner wisdom solely on your own, solely by yourself. But the thing is, how it works with the North and South Node is we never repeat our experiences, we never repeat our lessons. So in each lifetime, the lesson is always different. In the case of a Gemini North Node, in this lifetime, they will not gain all this wisdom and all this insight solely through venturing on their own and isolating themselves and meditating. The only way that they'll really figure out truth and wisdom is through communicating with others and engaging with other people who hold so many different perceptions. Gemini North Node people can get highly involved with these religious organizations or these organizations that are centered around one specific idea, one specific philosophy or truth. They can become hyper involved in these particular groups, but it's important for them to bear in mind that through doing so, they highly limit themselves, because within this lifetime, they're not here to dive deep and to obsess about one particular philosophy or truth, but to explore as many perceptions as they possibly can. When a Gemini North Node actually limits themselves like this, they will lead a highly unhappy life. Gemini North Node individuals can have a habit of just discarding everyone else and going on their own mission and doing whatever they feel is right. What they end up realizing is that sitting in silence with all their thoughts and everything that they know really does not make them fulfilled. What really makes them fulfilled is communicating and sharing what they know. And the only way for them to achieve this is to figure out how to communicate in a way that is acceptable and inviting to other people. A trap these natives can often fall into is they will try and tell people this knowledge that they have. But because they're so highly forceful and self-righteous in trying to communicate this knowledge, other people automatically shut down and they don't want to communicate with this person or hear it. The Gemini North Node person then thinks that other people do not recognize their intelligence and they are undervaluing them because they're not willing to listen to them. Or they can believe that these other people are ignorant and they do not really want to see the truth or listen to the truth. But the problem is that the way they're approaching it is completely wrong. Having a forceful, self-righteous approach when it comes to sharing what you know and sharing the truth that you hold is not really going to get other people to listen to you. Gemini North Node people so desperately want to communicate what they have inside them. They want to communicate their truth so much that very often when they're talking to other people can't even get a word in. These people talk so much about their beliefs and their experiences and about themselves that other people get so frustrated when they're in their company because the Gemini North Node person does not allow other people to also speak and other people to also have a chance. Gemini North Node natives do need to learn to interact with people in a way where they allow other people to also speak, where they allow themselves to listen to what the other person actually has to say without wanting to budge in by talking about their own beliefs or talking about themselves and their experiences. If a Gemini North Node person does not figure out how to do this, they'll end up becoming very lonely at some point in their life because it will feel like nobody wants to listen to them But what's actually happening is that they're so overly forceful when they're talking to other people that other people don't even get a word in, so other people don't even really want to talk to them. Gemini North Node natives do need to learn to give other people a chance. They need to learn to give other people a chance to speak, and they also need to give other people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the logic and the knowledge that they possess. At the end of the day, the Gemini North Node person's not always right. There is no way that one person can always be right. And they need to learn humility with regards to this. They need to learn to accept that it's okay if they're not always right and that other people can be right. When they can learn to do this, they will have so much more friendships. They'll have so much more relationships and interactions, because they will possess a sense of humility over this extremely strong sense of self-righteousness. A conversation goes two ways, and it's important for the Gemini North Node person to know that when they're conversing with the person, another person should also be allowed a chance to speak and share their opinion. Gemini North Node and Sagittarius South Node natives can be some of the most intelligent, wise, and informed people out there if they allow themselves to take a step back and to be humble and to listen to what other people in the world wants to teach them. When they stick to the sense of believing that they already know everything, they're actually highly limited in their wisdom, and they're highly limited in the information that they actually have. So this is my video on the Gemini North Node and the Sagittarius South Node. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see some more astrology and spirituality videos. Also check out the links to my services on my website if you would like to see what readings I offer. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.